What if someone sends an email pretending to be you, and how does a receiver verifies that it receives the mail from a legitimate user or from a legitimate domain, and how the receiver will verifies that his content of the email is not being tampered in between. So the answer is DMARC. So hello guys, in today's videos we are going to learn about the DMARC policies. Okay, so I have a doc for you guys. So what is a DMARC? DMARC full form is domain based message authentication reporting and conformance. This is an email authentication protocol that uses the results of SPF and DKIM. The DMARC works on the top of SPF and DKIM, guys. Okay, to tell the receiving mail server what action to take if an email fails authentication. So basically, what DMARC does is it works on the top of SPF and DKIM results, and it tells the receiving server that what to do if authentication fails. So in simple terms, we can say DMARC is a policy that instructs the receiver to allow, quarantine, or reject an email based on the results of SPF and DKIM. Okay guys, what is SPF? What is DKIM? I have already covered in a previous video separately. So you guys can go and watch those videos and then come back to this video. Okay. So why do we need DMARC? Let's understand. Suppose an attacker sends an email pretending to be from your company. Let's suppose from hr@company.com. Without DMARC, what will happen? The receiver may still deliver the email to the inbox. Users might trust the fake email and fall for phishing attacks. Okay, anyone can pretend to be you also, right? Anyone can use your company emails. Okay, anyone, if DMARC is not there. But with the help of DMARC, what is happened? The receiver checks SPF and DKIM results. If they fail or don't align as per the policies, the receiver follows the DMARC policies. Okay, I will tell you what are the DMARC policy we do have. Okay, so don't worry guys. So how DMARC works, let's understand. Okay, here is a sender. It will send an email to the receiver mail server. Receiver mail server will check the SPF result, DKIM results, and retrieve DMARC policy from the DNS. If it will pass, it will deliver the email. If it fail, it will apply the DMARC policy. Basically, DMARC policy will tell us that what to do with that. So let's understand DMARC policies also. So policies here represented with the P keyword, and the first policy we are going to learn is none. So if SPF DKIM fail, okay, what to do? Just monitor only. Email is still delivered, just we need to monitor that. When we are using policy none, just for testing DMARC, monitoring reports, not any enforcement is there. Okay, that is the first policy. Now coming up to the second policy, and a second policy is quarantine. If SPF DKIM fail, move email to the spam or junk folder. Okay, why we are using quarantine, and when we are using quarantine? We are using quarantine policy when you want suspicious mail kept away from the user. You don't want that your malicious or suspicious mails are delivered to the receivers. In those scenarios, we are going to use quarantine policy, and it's common intermediate step before full enforcement, because you want to check, okay, what is suspicious things are there in particular email. So I will not send to the receiver, I will keep into the spam or junk folder. I will verify and then later we'll see what to do. Okay, so this is not the full enforcement. Okay guys, now the last is reject. If SPF DKIM fail, it will reject the mail and never deliver. Okay, when we are using reject, SPF and DKIM are correctly configured. You want maximum protection against spoofing. Okay, in those scenarios we are going to use the reject. Okay, immediately you reject the emails and you are not going to deliver to the receivers. So that's all about the policies of the DMARC. We have three policies. Okay. Now, where DMARC will be configured. So DMARC is published as a text record in DNS as SPF. SPF record also published in DNS. DKIM record also published in DNS. Similarly, DMARC is also published as a text record in DNS. You can take a look over there. DMARC.company.com text record v DMARC p policy reject. Okay, RUA mail to DMARC@gmail.com. So let's understand what the meaning of these keywords. V DMARC version. V stands for version. P reject for the policy. So policy sends reject mails date failed DMARCs. RUA aggregate reports. Okay. RUA forensic reports. So RUA means for the reporting purpose send to this email DMARC@company.com aggregate reports. RUF when you are using for the forensic reports. So these are the two mails, okay, we are using for the aggregate reports and the forensic reports. Okay, so now understand the real example. Let's suppose there is an employee sending emails using Microsoft 365. Receiver get the mail, SPF pass, DKIM pass, DMARC pass. So it will go into the inbox. Now, what if an attacker sends fake mail? Here is a hacker or attacker uses fake mail server, sends mail to the receiver. In those scenarios, what will happen? SPF also fails, DKIM also fails. So if SPF fails, DKIM fails, DMARC policy will say reject. Okay, the spoofed mail is blocked before it reaches the user's inbox. That's the whole idea of the DMARC. Okay guys, I hope you guys understand DMARC. So now I am combining all the concepts what I have explained in SPF video. I have explained to you, DKIM separately I have explained, and today also DMARC I have explained. So I am going to combine all those concepts, how all of them are working together. Okay guys, so let's suppose there is an email arrives at the receiver place. So first what will be there? SPF check will be there, DKIM verification will be there. After that DMARC evaluation will be there. Okay, if authentication pass, it will deliver the mail. If authentication fail, so based on the policies, it will apply the policies. I already told you guys how many type of policies we have. In DMARC, we have three types of the policies: none, quarantine, and resent and reject. Policies are represented by P keyword. Okay, guys, and I hope you guys know about SPF versus DKIM versus DMARC. Okay, just I am giving you a glimpse to guys. Okay, SPF, it verifies the sending server / IP is authorized or not. DKIM, what DKIM does? DKIM verifies the email content has not been altered. DMARC uses SPF and DKIM results to decide what to do with the email. Okay guys, I hope you guys understand what I am trying to say. Okay, so why DMARC is important, that thing you need to understand. Because DMARC is very important. Why? Because it prevents the email spoofing. It protects users from the phishing attacks. As you know guys, a lot of the phishing attacks are happening through the emails only. So it protects phishing attacks also. It improves email deliverability. It provides the report showing who is sending emails using your domain. I show you guys RUA and RUF. RUF for the forensic. Okay, so with the help of the DMARC also provides reports. Okay, it protects your organization reputation also, right? Because if your company is very high reputed in the market, so you don't want that anyone can use your domain for the spoofing, for the phishing attacks, right? So that's the whole idea about the DMARCs. So I have prepared one image for you guys to understand and bind up the session here. So let me open that image here. Okay, so whatever we have discussed in this video as of now, just I want to wrap up all these things in just a 3 to 4 minutes of video, whatever I have discussed so far. So what is a DMARC? DMARC is a domain based message authentication reporting and conformance. This is a full form. What it does, it tells receiving mail servers what to do if SPF or DKIM fails. Okay. So what was the problem before the DKIM? Legitimate email can reach to the receiver. Fake and spoofed mail also received to the receiver. Right? So without DMARC, attackers can spoof your domain and send phishing or scam emails to the receiver. That was the problem. But after that, what was happened? DMARC come into the picture. DMARC comes with the concept of SPF DKIM. So DMARC uses SPF and DKIM results and tells the receiver what to do if SPF fails and DKIM fails. So how DKIM works? Here is a sender who wants to send the mail. Here is a mail server. So receivers checks SPF and DKIM. After that, it enforces the DMARC policy from the DNS. Okay, and it will take the actions depending upon the configured DMARC policy. It will allow, quarantine, or reject. Okay, DMARC provides policy and asks for the reports. You can also send the reports while using DMARC. I told you guys. Okay, so DMARC record in the DNS. You can look here. I already explained. V stands for the version, P stands for the policy, RUA aggregate report email, RUF for the forensic report, PCT 100 policy applied to 100 emails. Okay, add KIM as DKIM alignments strict or relaxed. Then we have SPF alignment strict or relaxed. Okay, similarly we have a failure options what to report. Okay, after that we learned about SPF and DKIM alignments. So SPF, what SPF that I told you guys, the from domains must match or to be subdomain of the domain in SPF, right? And DKIM alignment, the from domain must match or be a subdomain of the domain in DKIMD. Okay, so at least one of the SPF or DKIM must pass and can be aligned. This is the basic idea you need to understand, guys. Okay, after that, after the SPF and DKIM verification, now comes to the DMARC policy. What actions can it take? It will be decided by the DMARC policy. I explained you guys policy, none, quarantine, and reject. Okay, after that, if DMARC pass, email delivered to the inbox. If DMARC fail, in those scenarios what will happen? Quarantine. DMARC's policy quarantine will be enforced. Email sent to a spam and junk folder. What if policy is reject? So email rejected and not delivered. So these are the policies I have explained to you guys. Okay, after that what we will learn? DMARC reports. How many types of reports we have? 2 types of reports we have. Aggregate reports represented as a RUA and forensic reports represented as a RUF. Okay, so if you talk about the RUA, it's in XML format. Summary data it demonstrate, it will send daily, helps in monitoring. Okay, if you talk about the forensic, detailed info on fails sent for individual emails, helps in troubleshooting. Not all providers support. Okay, it will help reports, helps domain owners see who is sending emails on behalf and detect abuse. So this is reports are very important, right? So DMARC in action, I told you guys, SPF DKIM fail, alignment fail. It means action reject mails. It will be depends upon the DMARC policy. So if I talk about the summary of the DMARC, so it uses SPF and DKIM results to make decisions. Lets you choose the action depending upon the policies. We have policies like none, quarantine, reject. Provides reporting and visibility. It protects your domain from spoofing and phishing, builds email trust and deliverability. So in short, we can say what DMARC is. DMARC provides control, visibility and protection. I hope you guys understand and enjoy this video. So take care. Bye bye.